Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today we're going to adventure to places I've never gone before. We are gonna try brisket in our air fryer. Now, the other day at the store, I saw brisket on sale and I thought, you know, I've never done this before. I've actually never even done a brisket before. Why don't I try it with either the sous vide method or in the deluxe air fryer? And I was kind of toying with both, and there were pros and cons to which one I should do and which one I shouldn't. Well, then one of you guys said, hey, you should try brisket in your air fryer. So Gail Weinbrecht, you tipped the scales, because I already had the brisket and I was weighing which one to do, and guess what? The air fryer won, because I love my air fryer. You love your air fryer. We want to see what the air fryer can do. Now, I don't know how this is going to go because there are little to no air fryer recipes for brisket. There was one from Emerald Lagasse, and it took 20 plus hours in an air fryer. I don't know what to do with that. That was way too much. So instead, we are going to adjust an oven baked brisket to our air fryer and hope it turns out. This is going to take about 4 hours total, but this video should be pretty short because it's a pretty easy recipe. So let's stop the yammering and start the cooking. You ready for this? Let's go. All right, today's coffee cup brought to you by Portland. If you are in the Portland area today, I'm thinking about you, so leave me a comment. And if you have a prayer request, always leave it in there so that I can pray for you. But I need my coffee because we don't know how this is gonna go. And I need my happy juice. Okay. So, just keeping it real. We are going to start with our basic rub. Now, we're gonna use white sugar instead of brown sugar, and that's only because Paula Deen uses white sugar, so I'm gonna use white sugar too. So into a bowl, we are going to put 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of dry mustard, and 1 tablespoon of pepper. The other thing we are going to do is we are going to crush in a whole bay leaf. So I'm just going to use my hands and crush that together. And I am going to use a glove when I do this rub, only because I want to be able to quickly transition from thing to thing. So you don't have to use a glove, but I am going to use a glove. All right, so I'm just gonna give this mixture a stir with my hands, because no need to dirty up a spatula or something, or a spoon, because my hand, I mean, God gave me mixing tools. Might as well use them, right? All right. Okay, so here I have a 4-ish pound brisket. Here's the first problem that I see. My baskets for the air fryer are not as big as these briskets are, or this brisket is. So I think I'm going to slice the brisket in half and actually do 2 of them. So I'll do 1 on the top rack and 1 on the bottom rack. I really don't know if that's going to work or not, but I'm gonna say yes, it will work. So I'm just going to grab a knife and let me look at the top here. There's actually a big fat cap on that one. So let's just look here. Looks about half. Perfect. All right, well, hopefully that doesn't bite us in the butt. Okay, so now that I've touched the brisket with the wrong hand, whatever, I will remember to wash. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get our rub all over, and we are going to rub it and rub it and rub it until we have rub everywhere. And did you know that brisket is the same cut of meat as corned beef? I think I knew that once, but I didn't know it today. When I was Googling recipes, and I Googled, you know, brisket in the air fryer or brisket in the oven, it was coming up with a lot of corned beef. So apparently when you cure this, it turns into corned beef. So that is new knowledge to me, I think. And if you have your own rub, I am sure that your own rub for this brisket would work just peachy. All right, once you're happy with your rub job, it's time to get it in the air fryer. So, yeah, we are going to put our brisket fat side up in the air fryer. So I'll put one on the bottom and I'll put one on the top. Oh, actually, let me swap the two. The bigger one should go on the bottom because there's more room. There we go. And then one on the top. All right. And now we are just going to push custom for 350 for 1 hour. Go. All right, that's it. That's all we're gonna do. We're gonna give it 1 hour, and then when we come back, we're gonna do some fancy wrapping. This recipe does require you to use some sort of cooking vessel or, dare I say, foil pouch to make it work. So I know that Pampered Chef does not recommend that you use foil inside of your machine. However, I really feel like they don't want you to use foil on your racks because it inhibits the airflow and will explode your motor. However, that being said, every other air fryer says wrapping your food is just fine. So if you have a deluxe air fryer and you are watching this, I'm not saying that it is okay to do it, but as long as you're not inhibiting the airflow of your machine, I'm pretty sure it's okay. But you do all these things at your own risk. And obviously I have cooked with foil in my air fryer. You've seen it before in that corned beef recipe. See you in an hour. Yep. And it was fine, it didn't blow it up because I made sure there was air circulating around it. So, I don't know. All right, well, I'm gonna take my coffee and hope that some magic elf comes and cleans up my mess. Otherwise, I'll be back in like an hour. See ya. All right, the timer has gone off, so we're gonna get these out and wrapped in foil. Ooh, that looks pretty good there. We are gonna make a little pouch to collect the juice. So I have 1.5 cups of beef broth, and I'm gonna put maybe 3/4 of a cup in each of these little packets. Okay, and now we're just going to seal it up. We're gonna try to get it as small as possible so that we can, there we go, perfect. And we will put it back on the tray and get it back in. Let's take out the other one. Oh, beautiful. All right, let's fold in these sides a little better than we did the last time and pour in our broth. And then we're just going to seal that up. Basically, we're gonna braise it. All right, our 2 packages are ready to go. Let's see if we can get that on the top. I'm pretty sure that's not gonna fit on the top. Maybe it will fit side by side now that there's a little fat rendered. Oh, look at that. I think that'll work for me. Okay, now we are going to lower the temperature, custom, for 3 hours. Actually, it only goes to 1.5 hours, so I'm gonna have to swap them at the 1.5 hour mark at 300 degrees. All right, And that's it. So in an hour and a half, I'll just swap the 2 packages around. And then I think that's it. I think our brisket should be done. So I'll be back here in 3 hours to check how this worked. I hope it's brilliant. See you back here. All right, you guys, it's been a grueling 3 hours. And I say grueling because the smell in this house is phenomenal. I went outside to plant some flowers, and when I came back in, my stomach went like, oh, I cannot wait to taste this. And I did not even move them. At the 1.5 hour mark, I just set it for another 1.5 hours, and here we are. So I'm excited. Not too bad of a cleanup. Yeah, we'll get that soaking right away. All right. Which one should we do first? Let's do this one first. All right. This one's the one with the big fat cap on it. I'm gonna save all those juices as well, but it looks like none of my steam escaped. That's good. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Will you see how beautiful that looks? Oh man, okay, hold on. Let me set this one over here, and I'm gonna grab a pan to get that juice because I wanna make some gravy. I'm not gonna show you how to make gravy, but basically I'm gonna put the juice in the pan, I'm gonna add some cornstarch, we're gonna heat it up, and gravy will be had. Oh, this smells so good. All right. Set that off to the side. Let's get this beautiful brisket out. Look at that. All right, all right. So usually when I have brisket, it's at a barbecue place. So usually there's a nice crisp crust on it. So I wonder, although it's so tender already, I would hate to overcook it. Let's just cut into it first and we'll see. Cause you know, like this fat, like the burnt ends kind of thing. That sounds delicious. But let's cut into it and see what we have here. Oh, the tenderness of this is phenomenal. I am impressed with how tender this is. Ooh, wow. All right, let's see what we think on the cook. Oh, it's so tender. I can cut this with a fork. I'm gonna use the back of the knife just so I can show you. Oh, do you see that? It just falls apart. Oh, wow. I'm not sure what I thought was going to happen. I thought it would be brisket and it would be good, but oh, wow. That is melt in your mouth delicious. Oh, you guys, I would not do a single thing different at this moment. It is so tender. It is so juicy. It is melting, the flavor, oh, melting. It doesn't even need gravy. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is the best brisket I've ever made. Yeah, it's the only brisket I've ever made. But if I was at a barbecue place and someone handed me this brisket, I would not be sad. I would actually be like, oh my word, this is the best thing. Seriously now, that worked. Gail, thank you for tipping the scales. I am floored at how delicious and juicy and amazing this tastes. Wow. You know, sometimes I do these adventures and I'm like, okay, it's good. That's acceptable. This is phenomenal. Now, I'm not gonna tell you to put foil in your deluxe air fryer, but I'm just saying, like, it didn't blow up. I'm almost positive the reason they say not to do it is don't cover your trays in foil because it inhibits the flow of the air. But if you're adventurous, this is everything. Wow. Okay, well, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go feed my family. We're gonna enjoy this brisket. This is a good recipe. This is one that I'm gonna do again. Thank you, Gail. Thank you. My husband thanks you. My kids thank you. You have been well thanked. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that adventure. Please give it a like. Do you know that when you like a video, it tells YouTube that this is the kind of content that you want to see in your feed. Now, that doesn't mean just my content. It means anything, maybe air fryer or brisket, or just anything that is kind of fun and quirky, because I'll take the quirky and I guess I'm a little fun, but if you like, it will tell YouTube you want more things like this. I hope you'll share my video, and if you have an adventure for me, leave it in the comments below, because I'm always up for the adventure. Like Gail, tipping my scales to be the air fryer instead of the sous vide. I'm always up for it. All right, you guys, we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye.